console war has been raging for years. Battles between Xbots and Sony fanboys going on every day in YouTube comment sections.
And it sure is a good thing there's no YouTube channels out there that provoke this kind of thing.
One side believes they're the better, and the other side has been holding on to something great from the past for so long now that I doubt they even remember what they're fighting for.
Because Xbox has no value anymore. No value over the competition. Game Pass, what's that? Crossplay support, what's that? Cross-save support, what's that? I know Sony does these things, but I mean, not, super willingly.
Nintendo fans usually stay out of it because they're too distracted by whoever the next Smash character is.
Well, you heard it here. Nintendo people stay out of the console war, apparently.
But there is one other party in gaming that gets to watch the war comfortably from the sideline in a throne of what they think is superiority. And that party, of course,
The Dreamcast.
is PC gamers.
I was wrong. Sorry.
More powerful hardware, mods, better frame rates, better graphics, higher resolution, ray tracing, and better controls are things that any gamer god in the PC master race would tell you make them superior.
Yeah, and most anyone who looks at those things would agree. Like, would you not agree that better graphics, frame rates, controls, ray tracing, fidelity, I forget all the things you said. But would you not agree that a platform that allows you to have all those things would be better? Like, if that's how you're laying the foundation, you have a really steep hill to climb, and you're the one that made the hill.
But is this really true?
Yes.
Is the debate between PC and console really that simple?
Yes.
No. To start, I've always found it funny that pretty much any PC gamer you find will talk about how games look better on PC with things like resolution, frame rates, and all-around graphical fidelity.
That's funny to you? Like, why is that funny? That's just reality.
Yet, if you look at the top games played by PC gamers, it's mostly competitive multiplayer games or survival games.
Alright, that might be the most disingenuous thing someone said on this channel in a long time. These are the most popular games on Steam. Yes. They are multiplayer games. Yes. They're also not hard to run. So yeah, no shit, they're the most popular games. Like, shocker, the most popular games are the ones that don't require a lot of graphical power to be run. And also, the most popular games are the ones that require you to play with other people. I mean, I can go look at the most popular games on Xbox. Would you say this is a good representation of what Xbox has to offer? I mean, same with PlayStation. These are the most popular games on PlayStation. Do you think this is a good representation of the PlayStation brand? The most popular games on a platform aren't always a good gauge of what the platform is capable of. PC especially. The most popular game is usually just multiplayer games, because those are games designed to be played for a long time. And on PC, the more popular games are usually the ones that don't require a lot of power to run, because then more people can run them. But also, just looking at this graphic again that you present as evidence, PUBG is a pretty notable outlier here. That's not an easy game to run, and it's still one of the most popular games on Steam.
None of which are shining examples of good graphics.
I mean, Apex Legends would disagree with you. This game is beautiful on higher settings.
What looks better, CSGO or The Last of Us on PS3?
What looks better, a game designed to be compatible with low-end computers, or a pre-rendered cutscene? That's the comparison you just made.
I don't care if you can run Minecraft with nice water effects. It's still a game that's made out of blocks.
And that same game made out of blocks is on console. What's your point?
When you think of good graphics, you think of games like God of War, Uncharted, The Last of Us.
Or Cyberpunk, Escape from Tarkov, or The Witcher 3, or Flight Simulator. Also, the games that you're listing as, air quotes, good graphics, are games that are heavily reliant on cutscenes, games that have a dramatic cut in quality once you take control of your character, and games that rarely get above 30 FPS. Some of these actually just don't go above 30 FPS. So again, what is your point? And that's also glossing over the fact that you have not acknowledged any of the good-looking games on PC. You've only acknowledged the games designed to be played on a wide spectrum of hardware. So, of course, they don't look as good. You're making false equivalencies. Stop.
Demon's Souls, games that are all exclusives to PlayStation.
Demon's Souls is not exclusive to PlayStation. And neither is The Last of Us, actually, because it's on PS Now, and you can stream it. And it's probably coming to PC. Or you can emulate it, actually, now that I think about it.
I don't care that you can run Rust or PUBG with an uncapped frame rate. Neither of those games are as visually impressive as The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, because they're bigger. They're bigger games. You can't have as much graphical fidelity in a bigger game. Actually, that's not even true. You totally can. I mean, on console you can't, but on PC there are open world games that look phenomenal. Arma 3 looks gorgeous, and even the shots that you're showing right now of Rust, these landscapes in Rust look better than anything on the PS4. And again, acknowledge the good-looking PC games. Where's Escape from Tarkov? Where's GTFO? Where's pretty much any Ubisoft sandbox? Like, I'm not a fan of Ubisoft games, but those games are fucking beautiful on PC. You're like double, triple, quadrupling down on a false equivalency, and it blows my mind that nobody's calling you out on this. Or maybe they did and you just deleted the comment.
And the newest consoles are able to run games at 60 FPS and high resolutions.
60 FPS and high resolutions. That's your selling point? That's your selling point. 60 FPS is your selling point. Buddy.
Is it really worth it to pay so much more for a PC just so that you can run a game at a higher frame rate?
You can pay less than a console and get higher than 60 FPS. Like, it's not difficult to get higher than 60 FPS. That's the ultimate, like, comedy of consoles, using 60 FPS and 120 FPS as a big selling point, like a big innovation. It does not take much money to get that high on PC. Like, obviously it varies from game to game, but my first PC had a GTX 1050 in it. Not even the Ti, just standard GTX 1050. And I could run games at 1080p well over 100 FPS.
Personally, I don't think so. But of course, there are people out there who do. For me, what it really comes down to is, what experience do you want from gaming?
Well, I mean, the gameplay experience you've been showing so far for the console side is just holding down forward on the thumbstick. So yeah, I'm not really interested in games like that.
If you're looking for only competitive online multiplayer, then I'll have to admit, PC gaming takes the dub here.
Also, if you want immersive single-player games. Also, if you want large-scale open-world games with better performance. Also, if you want more variety in your game selection. Also, if you want lower prices on your game selection. Like, have you ever even seen a PC?
Frame rates, more key bindings, and mouse controls are definitely beneficial for that type of gaming. Do you want to be able to mod games? Then PC gaming takes the dub here again.
Oh, look, you're showing Resident Evil 2, a game that looks fucking phenomenal on PC. It looks decent on console, but also runs like ass. PC, Resident Evil 2 Remake, holy hell, this thing is beautiful. Sorry, it's like 8 in the morning.
I'm extremely sad that I didn't get to play RE2 Remake with the Ada lingerie mod. Do you want to play a survival game where you're tasked with tediously finding supplies, building your home base, and then repeating that cycle? Like, seriously, I don't understand how people get so excited for these games. Minecraft, Rust, 7 Days to Die, Ark Survival, Valheim. These are all such similar games.
They're literally not similar. Like, I don't even play survival games, and even I know they are not similar. Like, everything you just listed is not similar. No. Like, in a very superficial sense, maybe. Like, oh, they're first-person games with an inventory where you have to look for supplies and not die. Like, they're similar in that regard, but in every other regard, no. These games play completely differently. And that's coming from someone who doesn't give a shit about survival games. Also, interesting how survival games don't really have much of a presence on console. Just something to think about.
Let me go out and click on a tree for 5 minutes so I can then go out and hold click on rocks for 5 minutes.
I don't understand this game, therefore it must be bad.
So I can then go out and gather some other resources that's harder and more tedious to find.
Progression and gameplay, that's bad.
How's that fun?
People having fun, fuck you.
But that's a different topic. If you're into survival games like that, then PC takes yet another dub.
And again, why does the PC take that dub? You're so close to breaking through to a major point about game variety and indie marketplaces and CPU capabilities and gameplay. You're so close.
But if you're a gamer like me, you're looking for something else from games.
And I'm gonna guess you started playing games like 2 years ago.
I want those single-player gaming experiences that are filled with wonder and exploration, horror and suspense, fun and entertainment.
They're on PC. Like, if you want single-player experiences with all the zing kapow that he just listed, it's on PC too.
Stories you won't forget.
I've forgotten the story of every Uncharted game.
I want those legendary games that make a lasting impact on you.
No post-PS4 Sony exclusive has ever left an impact on me. Like, not one.
It all comes down to the games you can play. And in my opinion, the platform that offers more of the great gaming experiences I am looking for is console.
But why? Like, you haven't even... Also, just this screenshot is painful. You were just talking about graphics. Look at this screenshot. What is this? This background doesn't even look finished. Look at these edges. This isn't even, like, not up to standard. This is bad. Anyways, you haven't given a single reason why these things aren't on PC. I could open Steam right now and name off some single-player games with equal or, if not better, experiences than the single-player games exclusive to the PlayStation 4. You yourself named Resident Evil 2. That's on PC. I'm just gonna Google single-player games. Witcher 3, Skyrim, Horizon Zero Dawn, Cyberpunk. Have fun playing that on console. GTA, every Ubisoft game, every Bethesda game, every Capcom game, and then we have all the other Sony exclusives that are coming to PC. Genuinely, what is it about the console experience that isn't on PC? You're listing games. Like, that's the problem here. You're taking the games and using them as the selling point for the console. Just as a baseline, I don't know why you brought up hardware and graphical capabilities in the first place if you're just going to talk about games, which are completely unrelated to that. But also, what is it specifically about these games that you can't get on PC, according to you? Because there's nothing in these games you can't get on PC in one way or another, either from other games or from emulation or streaming or official ports of the games you like. Genuinely, what is it that's missing?
Sony has some great studios producing amazing exclusive titles
No, they don't.
that I would not want to miss out on PC. So for me, console is still the way to go.
You're not missing out. They're coming to PC, and most of them are playable on PC, again, in one way or another.
It doesn't matter how powerful your hardware is if you aren't able to play the best games on it.
Again, what is it about the games? Is it the games themselves? Or, alternatively, is it the fact there's an only on PlayStation sticker on the cover?
That being said, some of the big titles from PlayStation library are being released on PC.
Oh, that's awkward.
And if this trend continues to the point where most of the PlayStation exclusive games become available on PC,
Which is where we're heading.
then there won't really be a point to own a console. And I too will join the PC master race.
And when you do, we will welcome you with open arms. As long as you stop spouting nonsense garbage out of your face hole. Sorry, again, it's like 8:15 in the morning now.
But for now, console it is.
For the reasons I wonderfully explained.
And not Xbox.
Why not Xbox? Like, hang on, go back there.
But for now, console it is. And not Xbox.
Why not Xbox? Again, I go back to my question. Is it the games that are important, or is it the sticker that's important? Anyway, if you made it all the way through this, thank you. You can like the video or subscribe to the channel. There's links in the... I'm really bad at these. I never self-promote. Like, I never plug the stuff that I have in every video description. Just because I always forget. And I don't want to go back and add it because it feels like I'm shilling for myself. But I'm going to shill for myself right now, okay? Down in the description is link to my Twitter, link to my donations if you want to be really cool and support the channel financially. Not expected, but very much appreciated. Yeah, I guess I'll end the video now. Toodles.